Introducing Carvana Value Tracker, where you can track your car's value over time and learn what's driving it. It might make you excited.
Whoa, didn't know my car was valued this high.
It might make you nervous.
Uh-oh, market's flooded. My car's value just dipped 2.3%.
It might make you optimistic.
Our low mileage is paying off. Our value's up.
And it might make you realistic.
Car prices haven't gone up in a couple weeks. Maybe it's time to sell.
But it will definitely make you an expert on your car's value. Carvana Value Tracker. Visit Carvana.com to start tracking your car's value today.
This is the smell of a warm 3-day-old egg salad sandwich in a wimpy trash bag.
Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy! Blech!
And this is the smell of that same sandwich in a hefty, ultra-strong trash bag with new Fabuloso lemon scent.
Hefty, hefty, hefty!
Smell the difference? When life gives you stinky, get Hefty Ultra Strong with new Fabuloso lemon scent. It smells like clean, freshly picked lemons. So no matter what's inside your trash, you can stop the stink and smell the lemon.
Hello, good morning, angels, and welcome back to Morning Ray. What's up, you guys? I'm Lanny, or Alana if you're new here, and I'm so excited. We are having my friend Maia, the queen of LinkedIn, and being fucking hilarious on stories on Instagram and just in general. She's going to be coming on the pod today. We talk about a whole lot of fun stuff, including LinkedIn, landing a job after college, the whole college process. I'm super excited for you guys to hear the episode. But until then, let's get into our segment. So first off, we have my weekly intention. My weekly intention is to fix my sleep schedule. And yes, this has been my weekly intention before, guys. I've been slacking once again. I think I stayed up till 1:30 a.m. last night and I woke up at 6:15, 6:30. So I got not enough sleep. Definitely, for sure. So my weekly intention, and I hope it's yours as well, unless you are a stunning queen and you have a great sleep schedule, but mine is to fix my sleep schedule, go to bed earlier. I want to aim to be in bed by 10 and lights out by 11:30 latest. And of course, continue waking up at 6:30. I have the wake up part down. It's just the going to bed early that I'm currently slacking on. But this leads me into the tip of the week. And the reason why I keep staying up late is one, because I'm on technology. Technology will lead you to go through a dark hole of scrolling and watching content and staying up, talking to people. Which, I mean, okay, talking to people, not the worst thing, like FaceTiming friends and whatnot is fun, but I'm going to try limit technology before bed and in the bedroom. So I'm going to be really strict with myself and keep my phone away from my bed by 10. I'm going to listen to my bedtime app on my phone. I've been just ignoring it, to be honest. And I'm also going to dim my lights and I'm going to read before bed. It is also my intention to read at least one book per month, hopefully 2 this year. So this goes hand in hand with my weekly intention and tip of the week. So to help you fall asleep better and to fix your sleep schedule, limit your technology before bed, dim your lights to help ease down into rest, and try reading. It really helps get you relaxed and get your eyes tired and make you really sleepy. On to Lanny Listens. So again, I didn't have therapy this week, but I asked you guys some questions and I got this one and I thought it would be fun to answer. It's a question I get commonly and I think it's on a lot of people's minds, but it's how to be consistent with working out. I know it can be really hard and really daunting and it can be challenging to keep a consistent workout schedule, but I have a few tips that have helped me along my own fitness journey. And the first is to definitely determine what time of day works best for you in terms of working out and within your schedule. So I prefer to work out right when I wake up. It's very rare that I will work out in the evening. Sometimes I have been doing this lately, but I really will try to just work out when I wake up. I have the most willpower and therefore I'm more likely to get a workout in and a good workout. So find out what time of day works best for you. It could be the morning, it could be evening, it could be your lunch break, whatever time works best for you, find it and stick with that whenever you can. My second tip is to find the type of workout program or workout style that you enjoy doing most. So for me right now, it is weightlifting. I'm really liking doing the power at home program on the Sweat app. This is actually one of my current faves. I'll talk a little bit more about it later, but find a workout type or program that you really like. I find programs to be super motivating as your week is totally planned out. You don't have to think about what workouts you're going to do when. It's all laid out for you, and there's usually a community that surrounds it. So it makes it super easy to not only get inspired, but to stay motivated and disciplined with getting your workouts done. I hope that helped. But now onto my current faves. I've been spending a lot of time in the city in downtown Toronto, and it's just made me appreciate it so much more. I love the drive in. I love going to coffee shops and exploring the city and walking around and having a change from the suburbs where I live. But just being in the city, I love being in Toronto, and I miss that a lot this summer. So it is actually really nice to be back in the city and to be able to explore it a little bit. I mean, not as greatly as I would if it wasn't COVID times, but it is still really nice to be in the city and to have the vibes and the energy that downtown Toronto has. My second favorite are candles. You know, it's winter. We like to get cozy and set the mood. So candles have definitely been one of my current faves. I love lighting them before bed, but make sure if you do this, you remember to blow them out. They're super nice when you are reading a book or in a bath. I've been loving my candle from Random Candle Co. It is a small new business in Toronto GTA area. So I would definitely check them out, Random Candle Co. I'll have them linked in the show notes, of course. And lastly, I brought this up earlier, but it was the Power at Home workout on the Sweat app. I'm currently on week 11, although when you're listening to this, I will be on week 12, which is the final week of round 1 of the program. I've been absolutely loving it. It is a weights-based program, but Kelsey Wells, who is the creator of this program on the Sweat app, actually incorporates a lot of cardio-based moves. So like jumping jacks, jumping rope, squat jumps, bench step-ups, all the good stuff. I really like it. It starts with 3 days of strengthening workouts alongside LISS, which is low intensity, steady state cardio, and integrates eventually more HIIT and more strength workouts. I've been really enjoying it, and I think I might do a second round of power, like because there's multiple rounds. Each like round is 12 weeks, so I think I'm gonna start round 2. But I'm super excited to bring Maia on. I know you guys are going to love this episode, and make sure to definitely check her out. All her handles and everything will be linked down below, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll chat soon. I'm here with Maia. Welcome to the pod.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
So happy to have you. So, for those that don't know you, who are you? Where are you from? And what is your zodiac sign?
So, my name is Maia Sepiashvili. I know, kind of like a tongue twister of my last name. I am 22 years old, work for LinkedIn. That's kind of my personality trait. I live in Chicago, Illinois, in the US, and I am a Pisces.
Ooh. I don't know if I have any Pisces friends. Well, now I do.
I've been using quarantine to like kind of investigate what that even means. Like, I didn't know anything about astrology besides the fact that I was a Pisces. So I've been using this time to like, okay, what does my moon mean? What does like rising mean? And it's very interesting. I don't know if I'm like totally sold on it, but like it's a nice way to like guide you and like learn about yourself because you don't realize like, oh, I do have that kind of trait in my personality.
Yeah. So you recently graduated from college. Where did you go and what did you major in?
So I just graduated in May of 2020 virtually from Miami University in Ohio, not Florida. We were a school before Florida was a state. I like to mention that. It's just like a weird brag we have. I double majored in political science and economics and then minored in Spanish and management. So whole lot on my plate in the last 4 years.
Yes. Wow. My friend's brother actually goes to that school. He's a freshman though. But yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Wow. How would you describe your college experience? Is there anything you would want to change going back? Like, give me the tea.
Yeah. So Miami in general, like when you think of like the classic college town, like the ones in the movies with all the parties, that was Miami University. We're a very like work hard, play hard school. And we're smaller in comparison to like other big schools in the US, but we have like the big school feeling. Like Greek life is really big at my school. college was like the best 4 years of my life, without a doubt. I went abroad my junior year. I did a program called Semester at Sea. So if you remember the show on Disney Channel, like Sweet Life on Deck, that was my life for an entire semester.
Oh my God.
I lived on a cruise ship with like all college kids. We took classes that like transferred into my major when I went back to Miami. And it was literally like just like 4 months long of spring break. Like we traveled the entire world. We went to Spain, Ghana, South Africa, Mauritius, Myanmar, India, China, Japan, Hawaii, like all these incredible
Oh my
countries
God.
that I would have never gone to had I not gone abroad. Met my like best friends. And college for me was just like a lot about like finding myself, growing and making connections. But if there was one thing I would change is if I used my professors' like connections and their knowledge earlier on, I think I would be in a different place. Not to say that like I'm not happy where I am right now, but I wish I utilized my professors more while I was in college, because that mentorship is like, it's already built in when you're in college. And when you leave college, it's kind of hard to be like, hey, do you want to be my mentor? Whereas when you have a professor, like you see them and talk to them on like at least a weekly basis. So it's good to build that connection. So that's one thing I would change about college. Also, I wouldn't care as much about guys. I would focus more on me. Like in college, you choose to take these classes. It's not like high school where it's like, okay, this is your schedule or whatever. So when you choose to take these classes, you're doing it for the purpose of either like your major or it's something of interest to you to get the credit. And these people, like, they're paid to teach you about this specific subject. Like they're considered the experts on these subjects. So like it would totally make sense to go and have that conversation, even if it's like how did you decide to become a professor, or like what's your favorite book? They love telling you about these things because clearly they're super passionate about it if they're teaching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What would you say is then one piece of advice you would want to leave someone who's maybe applying for university or is maybe in their first year of college, or maybe they're in the deeps of college, like something maybe other than getting to know your professors? What's like another piece of advice you'd want to leave them with?
I think surround yourself with people who you can see yourself being friends with in the future. College, everyone, you're there to make friends 100%, but you're also there for a specific purpose. Why do we go to college? We go to college so that we can get that education, we can get that, nice diploma and, show it off to all our potential jobs that we want to get. You have to remember why you're there in the first place. And yes, college is so, so fun, like I said, but I was there for a purpose. And whether you're in your first year, you don't understand how important your first year is, because that sets like the basis, like your GPA. I don't know if that's like if they use the same point system as they do in the US, but your GPA, whatever you get your first year, is like the foundation for the rest of your college experience. So try not to get distracted by, all the drama that can come with college, and especially in your first year. But as you're in the deeps of college, really surround yourself with people who are going to push you towards what your end goal is, and people who are going to be supportive, because you don't want to waste your college years arguing with people or like in some sort of drama situation. Like it's not high school anymore. We've moved on. We're older now. So surround yourself with a good crowd, I think, is the best piece of advice I could give. And remember your purpose of why you're in college in the first place.
I love that. And Lauren Everett's Bostic always says you are the top 5 people you surround yourself with. So keep that in mind. I mean, your friend groups are going to change throughout college. Mine have, and that's totally okay. That's totally normal. And each of those friend groups and those people that come into your life are a part of your journey and a part of you finding who you are and who you want to be. And that's totally okay. But make it your priority to find people that really push you to be your highest self.
Absolutely.
Before graduating from college, did you know you had a job, or was it kind of like I graduated college and now I need to find a job?
So I got my offer actually like almost a year ago. So I got it in January even though I was graduating in May, but given the pandemic, I was supposed to originally start in July, but now I'm like starting in January, but given the pandemic, so like I kind of was like, oh, well, now what? But I did get my job before college like ended or I graduated.
And what was that process?
I feel like my list of things to buy, to do, activities that involve spending money is never ending around the holidays, making the idea of investing and saving and thinking about your future to be a little bit more challenging, a little bit more overwhelming. Acorns makes it easy to start automatically saving and investing for you, your kids, and your retirement, even during the holidays. You don't need to be an expert. Acorns will recommend a diversified portfolio that matches you. You don't need a ton of time. You can create your Acorns account and start automatically investing your money in just 5 minutes. You don't need to be rich. Acorns lets you get started with the spare money you've got right now. That could be $5 a day or even just your spare change. That's right, Acorns can round every purchase you make up to the dollar and automatically invest your spare change for you. And you can get bonus investments just for buying the stuff you need from the brands you love. I personally love Acorns. It's simplified the investment process, which can be overwhelming and intimidating, but it just makes it so simple, so easy, and something more accessible no matter how much money you have to invest. Head to acorns.com/Alana or download the Acorns app to start saving and investing for your future today. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/Alana. I'm super excited about today's sponsor. They've sponsored the podcast before, and this is a topic I'm super passionate about. I fear that us as girls struggle with PMS far more than we should, and we really shouldn't. I truly get the worst PMS symptoms. My boobs are sensitive, my face breaks out, my sugar controllings are out of whack. I feel like I'm just a bottomless pit. My mood is not the vibe, and Estro Control has been super helpful in helping manage those PMS symptoms and making that time of the month a lot more enjoyable. Estro Control is a formula developed by Happy Mammoth, a supplement company dedicated to making women's lives easier. Say no more. Estro Control contains science-backed herbal extracts that help support hormonal health, especially if you are someone like myself who struggles with PMS. It was created to help women feel like themselves all month long and to not struggle with the feelings PMS can cause. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use the code Alana at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use the code Alana for 15% off today.
It's like, did they reach out to you? Were you an intern for them?
The job process as a whole is very long and more discouraging than you would think. I feel like we hear so many success stories of like, oh, I interviewed at this company and I got it. Like we hear about people's wins, but we don't hear about how long it took them to prep, how long it took them to find this opportunity in the first place. So for me, I had an internship every year of college. I did my best to find one, whether it was paid or unpaid. And I interned my third year and I didn't really feel like that company was for me. So I was like, thank you for the offer, but no. And I set out and started looking for jobs. I am lucky because I kind of knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to be in the tech industry. So I started applying for different jobs within that industry. And I made a list of things that were like non-negotiables for me. For one, I wanted to be back in Chicago. I wanted to be back home. Two, I made a list of companies that I was like, I'm going to work here. No matter what happens, I'm going to find a way to work at one of these companies. I interviewed, I got a lot of no's from those companies, but all it took was that one yes that like mattered. You know, you will get a lot more no's than you do get yeses, but the process is very long. And like I said, quite discouraging because of that. And you start to have all this imposter syndrome of like, I'm not good enough. I'm not going to get it. And I only applied to jobs that really like fulfilled those requirements. I didn't want to waste my time applying for somewhere that I wasn't passionate about. Because then you're just wasting your time and the company's time, and it's not cool.
Yeah. Say LinkedIn Jobs or Indeed or whatever other job search platforms or postings. Do you have any tips as to like what type of like keywords you were searching for? Like, was it a junior position? Was it an entry level? Was like, what sort of keywords were you putting into the search bar to find those jobs to apply for at the companies you were seeking to work at?
So when I applied for jobs, I either applied on LinkedIn or I applied directly on the company site. So when I apply on LinkedIn, I type in either entry level, if you're looking for an internship, junior associate, different words that kind of are like recent college graduate. Those are the kind of words I would plug into LinkedIn. And LinkedIn has like features where you can filter entry level. They don't always match the fact that they are entry level, but if in the description it says looking for recent college grads, boom. I think it's much easier to go to a company's website directly if you know you want to work for this specific company and go on their careers page. Google, for example, for me, I did LinkedIn careers, and I saw that they actually had programs for recent grads. So it's much easier to see what program is offered for a recent college graduate on the company website as opposed to a search, like a job search engine like LinkedIn or Indeed, etc. So my biggest advice is go to the source directly, because also they're going to get your application directly. You don't have to worry about a third party. I was fortunate enough where like the third party was the company. But it's not always like that.
Yeah, because you can see how many people have applied for them too, which is cool. Yeah. That was actually super helpful because so I'm technically like in my senior year. And so my friends are going through this process right now, but I have an extra year because I transferred. So I haven't really had to really focus on this yet. And not gonna lie, I'm kind of intimidated, but you just made me feel a little more at ease and kind of know, okay, I know like what direction I need to go in.
Absolutely.
So thank you. And hopefully you help someone else that might be listening to this and is feeling a little lost. Just know that you're not alone.
We graduated in May, and a lot of my friends didn't get jobs until like November, December. So there's no deadline. I know it can, when you go on sites like LinkedIn and everyone is announcing like, here's my promotion, finally got my dream job, whatever. It's like, oh, I'm not good enough. But like, it's like any other social media site. You don't know what's going on behind it. You don't know how many no's they got. So don't feel discouraged if you don't get the yes or any yes at all until after you graduated, because that's totally normal, especially if you're a senior, especially in these circumstances. Like I could not even imagine having to apply for a job during COVID.
Yeah, no, I'm very grateful that I have an extra year, and I'm very happy and fortunate that a lot of my friends got job offers at the beginning of the school year, and I'm very proud of them, but I'm very happy that it's not me going through this right now. Who knows? I might be in the same exact position a year from now because we don't know what's going to happen. It gives me a little more mental time.
Yeah, I can only hope for the best.
Yeah. When you were younger, did you picture yourself doing this, or was there another career you had envisioned for yourself?
Absolutely not. When I was like 6, I don't think anyone's like, yeah, I want to work in the tech industry. I don't think LinkedIn was even created when I was 6. Before college even, I was like, I'm going to major in poli-sci and economics, and I'm going to be a lawyer. Like that was it. I was going to make my Jewish mother happy, and I was going to go to law school after college. And then I realized like, no, that's just like not for me. And that's part of college. You're going to change your mind about things like on a daily basis. I love my mom for taking all of my phone calls. If she's listening to this, thank you so much for supporting me through all of those major life decisions I was making. But no, absolutely not. I didn't even realize until like my 4th year, like end of my 3rd year of college, that I wanted to do this. I changed my mind about what I wanted to do so many times, and it's totally normal.
Mine has always
kind of stayed the same. Like I've always known I wanted to do marketing, but what I want to do in marketing is always changing. Like I had the realization today that that maybe I want to do something in branding and create like brand guides for like different campaigns like at Lululemon. Or I've realized I really like to connect with people. Me as an introvert, connect with people who, Alana, who?
Your Gemini moon.
Like I had a development plan meeting with my managers this morning, but we were talking about how I actually really like communicating with people and getting to know people and connecting like different people from different places. And I was like, maybe I'd like to work with like ambassadors at Lululemon, global ambassadors, regional ambassadors. Maybe I want to run events. I don't know. It's constantly changing. Like tomorrow I could wake up and I don't even want to do any of that. I could want to do something
I don't even want to work for Lululemon. I want to work for like a potato chip company. Who knows? But
who knows?
Like,
the world is your oyster.
Exactly. And especially like while you're in college and you start to learn more about like, for example, with you, like what marketing actually means, like the different parts of marketing, your eyes open up to different opportunities. And that's what like turned me off of like for political science. Like, again, I wanted to be a lawyer. But then as I started to learn more about politics and I had an internship in politics, I was like, yeah, no, not for me.
No.
So like once you start to like learn more, and that's why I think college is so cool, because you're literally concentrating on one like very broad subject in different parts of it. It allows you to open your eyes, and then you realize like, okay, this is actually what I am passionate about, not this, which is very, very refreshing as opposed to like high school, you know?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So you have your own podcast outside of being a LinkedIn wizard, or soon to be, I guess you could say. And it's called Oh My God, Mai as in spelled MAI. For those who don't listen, what is this podcast about? Give us a little elevator pitch about it.
So it's really just me ranting about whatever's on my mind, whatever I think is relevant, whatever I feel like complaining about for the week. It's very much a personality podcast. And I talk about everything that I've talked about here, whether it's like networking, college, friendships, stuff that I think are used to bring people value. So whoever listens to it, you're going to leave each episode with a new reflection or a new insight about yourself. That's the whole goal of the podcast. And I share stories about like my life too, that'll make you laugh or like, you know, maybe hit a sensitive topic. But for the most part, it's a very lighthearted personality podcast. And again, just about making you a better version of yourself and constantly achieving everything you want to achieve.
I love that. If you guys like Morning Ray, which I hope you do because you're listening to this.
You'll love Oh My God.
You'll love Oh My God. Just a little plug for you. So what made you want to start? Like what drove you to start this podcast? I mean, they're growing, but it's not necessarily like the first thing that people seek out to create and start. Most of the time, it's like a YouTube channel or a blog. Like what made you want to start a podcast?
Well, I chose a podcast specifically because I don't know how to edit anything. So when I go on the podcast, I press record and I press stop. I don't have a amazing producer like you are so fortunate to have, like Lea. I press record and I press stop and I do some like noise reduction here and there, put a little sound effect to like bling to make it, you know, pop. But it was just like the easiest thing, like to get myself out there, put myself on a platform. It's cheaper than therapy, you know, it's you just go and you just talk about everything you have to say. And I saw myself repeating a lot of the same advice that I was giving to my friends, you know, about relationships, about jobs, about, you know, self-love, about everything and anything. And I was like, I'm sick of repeating this to everyone. And so I might as well just like put it. And if they like ask me a question, I'll be like, just go listen. Like, I'm not repeating myself, just like go listen to this podcast. And another thing is I am I'm a very animated person, in case you can't tell by my voice.
Couldn't tell at all.
You couldn't tell at all. And I'm a big fan of Snapchat. I know like Gen Z is like, Snapchat is dying, whatever. But I love Snapchat. And I will go on my Snapchat story and just like rant. Like I'll just be like, da, 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 so this happened to me and that happened to me and then this and this and this and that. And everyone's like, you are so funny. Like, I would listen to you all day long if I could. And I was like, boom, light bulb. And so I asked my friends, I was like, if I started a podcast, would you guys listen? And everyone was like, are you trying to be like the next Call Her Daddy? And I was like, absolutely not. No, thank you. No, no, no. But so that's like what kind of inspired me to like start the podcast. I thought I had something relevant to say, and I had some people who I think would listen. And that's how it was all born. And oh my God is just like, because oh my God, either like people love me or oh my God, people are like, I don't know about that one. So, and plus it's like cute with my name. You know what I mean? Like you gotta have a little
I know.
fun.
I know the name thing. I know the name thing. Morning Ray, we got you. It's like we're on the same.
Right.
I don't even know.
We're on the same wavelength here.
Wave. Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. Clearly, you mentioned this a little, but relationships, boys. I feel like we're always talking about this.
Always. My current relationship status is very much single, but very much ready to mingle. So if any of the listeners have cute brothers around like 23 to like 26, slide into my DM.
We stand.
We stand a little like self promo. I'm really cute. I'm really fun. But yeah, dating apps, I don't know. Like I only like Locks Club and like I've dabbled in Hinge. But other than that, it's like, no. Like, no, like I'm not going to do the Tinder or Bumble thing. Like that's, no, not for me.
Mm-hmm. I'm totally on the same page with that. I was using Hinge for a while. Then I just got really annoyed with it and I deleted it. And then I got Locks Club because I saw Brooke Michio posted about it. And my friend Hunter sent me her story. And I was like, okay, I'll check this out. It kind of seemed like Raya, which I also had. I mean, like I saw David Dobrik, but we didn't match. So I'm a little mad. But could you imagine if I matched with David Dobrik? Like, hey, can I get a Tesla?
Okay, here's the thing with the Teslas. I don't think any of it is real because anyone who would have gotten a Tesla from David Dobrik, for a fact, they would be flexing that on TikTok, on Instagram. I have yet to like see a TikTok blow up of a Tesla that someone claimed to have gotten from David Dobrik. I don't know.
Maybe there's like a confidentiality thing.
I don't know. It just seems, David Dobrik seems like a great guy. David, if you're listening to this, absolutely love you. Big fan. However,
he's totally listening.
However, I'd like to know. I wish you would like announce the winners. Give them a little clout, That'd be cute if you did that.
But like, how does he get the car to the winner? How does it work? Does he have a deal with Tesla? Like, does he like order it to their house and it just drives itself to their house? Like, so how does one get the car?
I have a Tesla at my house. So the way it works,
you bougie.
Yeah,
you're rich.
Soft flex. But the way it works is there's like Tesla stores all over like the country. So they probably have to like live near a major city. I don't know. Like there's different like Tesla stops. Tesla delivers the car. They don't just like have cars like, oh, you don't just like walk in and walk out with the Tesla. You have to like order it. So I think probably what he does is he probably like orders it to
if he gives them away.
If he does give them away, he probably like orders it to their like nearest Tesla spot store and then like they deliver it. But who knows? I don't know. But unfortunate you didn't match with him because we both could have been, maybe driving around in the Tesla right now.
Maybe we could have. Back to dating.
Right.
Have you been on any dates during the pandemic? And if yes, what have they been like? Have they been FaceTime dates? Have they been in person? Like, give me the deets.
Oh God. I've done a couple FaceTimes just because like that, especially like at the beginning of it, there was like no way I was leaving my house for anything other than like groceries. In the summer, I went on one and it like, it just like ended. It was like whatever. And ever since then, I've just kind of been like cool in it, like, like FaceTime here and there. But I don't know. It's just like such a weird time to be doing this. And in December, I like took a break. I was like, yeah, like, no, I'm done with this. Like, this is not serving its purpose for me right now. So I just like was done. Like I deleted everything, but I'm back on now. New year, new vibe, baby. I'm on the hunt. And yeah, but that's just like how it was in my experience. I was like talking to someone for like a couple months that I went on the in-person date with and it like ended in December. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm done with this. Like, I'm not touching it again. And that lasted for like 2 weeks. And then I got back on because it ended like middle of December-ish. And I was like, okay, now I'm back. So here we are. But I hope that like we get to like some level of normalcy where like I can meet people organically, because I would much rather do that than like, I see like definitely dating apps are like becoming very popular, especially with people like our age. But I don't know, I'm like kind of old school about it and like want to meet someone organically. I want to have like the cute wedding story. I don't want it to be like, yeah, we matched. You know what I mean? Like I want to be like,
Yeah.
I fell out of a cab and he caught me.
Me.
And then we got coffee and doves flew around in the park and whatever.
Honestly, same. But you should try using TikTok as a dating app. I've seen quite a few people be successful on there.
Oh,
so
my goodness. But that would require
if you see a
me to
cute
like
guy,
yeah.
film him.
Here, oh my gosh. Okay, here is my secret. Okay, I thought you meant like make a TikTok about like
Well, you can make a TikTok about yourself, but then you can also like film a guy and be like, yo, TikTok, do your thing, find this cute boy.
Okay, so here's what I do on TikTok. All the girls listening to this, whoever is looking for their honey.
Like 95% of the listeners.
Even the guys, we can all do this, okay? You see a hot guy on TikTok. First things first, before you get too excited, go to the Instagram and make sure that they don't have someone, because if they have someone, that girlfriend is watching his TikToks and monitoring those comments, okay? And so go to the Instagram first. Make sure, one, he's of age. Too many times, I don't know what's in the water, but these like...
They're all like 5.
All these 18-year-olds, like, yes, it's legal, but I'm 22, so like I'm not trying to like mess with, like, that's a no for me. These kids look like they're like 25 years old. So first things first, age. Second, relationship status. Okay, that's out of the way. Comment on their TikTok. Oops, almost commented my phone number. And you'll get a lot of likes on that because it's like a cute comment. Like all the girls will like hype you up. They'll like your comment. It'll be like one of the top comments. And one time this happened to me very recently, like maybe 2 days ago. He followed me back.
Oh.
And I said, hey. He didn't respond, but I did get a follow. But you know what? He acknowledged my comment. It probably made him laugh. And he still follows me. And I just need his follow. I don't need his hey back. I don't need any of that. Nope. Just need the follow. That's what matters. Follows are currency these days, baby.
So use TikTok. That's how you're going to meet people. Would you have any tips for someone who maybe doesn't go on a lot of dates and wants to start going on dates, whether it be like in a pandemic, like safety sense, or just like normal life?
Think about the fact that you have nothing to lose at all, especially with the FaceTime dates. You can just be like dressed from like the waist up. Like you don't need to put on the heels. You don't need to shave your legs. You don't need to do any of that. You have absolutely nothing to lose by just going. There's no reason not to. Also, like I'm super picky and my friends tell me like, Maya, your standards are too high. But if you have like certain standards, like you want them to like have a job, you want them to be ambitious, do not like lose those standards just because like you want to go on dates, but like be open to other things. Like even if it doesn't work out, like at least you either gained like a cool conversation, especially now, like we're looking for any way to pass the time. So I say yes to all like the FaceTime dates. For in-person dates, obviously like be safe right now. But also before any sort of like dating, make sure you have a really good relationship with yourself first. Because if you're like going into it with the mindset of like, I want a boyfriend, and you don't have like any sort of like respect for yourself or like any sort of like self-love for yourself, and you're looking to depend all of that on a relationship, as soon as that relationship ends, if it does end, you're going to feel like you lost a whole part of yourself. But when you have enough like self-love and enough like, confidence in yourself, if this person ends up ghosting you or whatever, it's like, okay, whatever, like it was nothing, it's fine. And that's how I felt about the TikTok guy. Like he didn't respond hey to me, but I have enough self-confidence and self-love where I didn't let it hurt me. I was like, okay, fine, you don't want this, you can't handle this, see ya. happen. Just like with a job, you're going to get no's before you get a yes. And all that matters in both dating and a job is the one yes that matters, the one person that you're going to end up spending the rest of your life with, the one job that you're going to end up signing the contract to and eventually work at. So just be open to everything.
I love that. I love it. And like the foundation for a really good relationship, not that I've really been in a relationship, but this is what I've been told. Is friendship. So kind of seek out each date as if you're looking to make a friend. Talk to them like you're going to make a friend. Obviously, like be a little flirty, be a little spicy, mysterious. But like at the end of the day, you're seeking a friend. And who knows, like say like you don't like match like on a chemistry level, like you could find a friend out of this. This could be a network connection. You could use them to help like finding jobs or networking yourself and like expanding your career and everything. So like look at everything very openly. Learn to go into it with an open mindset. And what Maia said, like definitely like don't go into it looking to like gain like love for yourself from them. Like you need to already have that because they should just be the cherry on top of the sundae. You already are the sundae. You're the shebang. You're the chocolate sauce, the ice cream, the brownies, the cookies, whatever you want in your sundae. You are that. He's just the extra cherry that no one really needs.
He's the accessory. You can have a really cute outfit without the gold earrings. Yes, the gold earrings make it look really cute and put together, but you can still wear the outfit without the gold earrings. And that's how you should look at dating 100%.
So to close us off, what's one piece of advice you want to leave our listeners with, whether it be relationships, dating, same thing, college, jobs, whatever. What is one piece you want to leave the listeners with?
The best piece of advice that I can leave anyone with is that you can be a work in progress while being a work of progress. So we're constantly evolving, but we also need to remember, where we came from, like our roots, and also everything that we've ever been through, be it in relationships, family, college, work, whatever. All those experiences have led you to where you are, but you are still constantly evolving. So be a work in progress and a work of progress.
And where can the listeners find you, Maia? Plug everything.
You can find me at Oh My God Pod on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. That's OHMAIGODPOD. And you can listen to my podcast every Monday on wherever you get your podcast from, where you listen to Morning Ray. So after you're listening to Morning Ray, because she releases at like 7 a.m., I am not an early bird type of deal. And listen to me later in the day or, at night when you need a little confidence boost before a date or whatever it is.
We love it. Well, thanks for coming on the pod, Maia. You're welcome back whenever. And I'm actually going to be on Maia's podcast. So if you want to head on over and you can go listen to us talk a little more and find out a little bit more. So thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe. It really helps support the podcast. I love you guys so much and we'll chat soon. Bye, guys.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details. Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.